Hey, I'm back. Sorry about yesterday's vlog. I'm sure that was pretty boring for most of you. Didn't much really didn't happen, but I really wasn't feeling like filming much at all yesterday. I feel a lot more refreshed today, so hopefully that lends itself to a little bit better content. And I just got out of the shower and everything, so I'm feeling pretty good. And I wanted to film like a little mini review of The Irishman. As I said in yesterday's vlog, I watched that with my dad last night, and I enjoyed it. I'm a big fan of Scorsese's work. I've watched quite a few of his movies. Goodfellas, one of my favorites. Wolf of Wall Street, a good one. He did Casino also, right? Yeah, a lot of good movies that he's done. Um, and I'm a big fan of his work, so I was excited to check out The Irishman finally. And number one thing I'll say is, or two things. One, it's a good movie, and it's done, you know, very well for what it is. And two, it should have been a little bit shorter, or there were some pacing issues that were really bogged it down. In particular, very light spoiler, like it's not even like a spoiler. Never mind. There's a scene in the movie where these they're at like a banquet and they're talking. It happens probably around the about 75% of the way through the movie, mm, maybe like 65-70% of the way through the movie, and oh, it just drags. Like it felt like they stayed in that one banquet for like 20 minutes, and it was building suspense around like Hoffa and what was going to happen with him. Jimmy Hoffa's in the movie, um, and it was not the actual. You know what I mean. And so it was like building suspense around that situation and like how that was going to resolve this personal issue with him and a couple other mobsters, but it dragged on to the point where it just really bogged down the rest of what followed, because what followed was the really interesting stuff with 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 Hoffa and how that resolves. But it just, yeah, that banquet scene dragged on for way too long, and that's when it really hit me that this movie probably could have been 20 to 30 minutes shorter. I mean, I'm glad that Scorsese was able to um, sort of make his vision without having to worry about theater constraints, because it's a Netflix exclusive. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it came out to theaters after the fact, but I'm pretty sure it's a Netflix exclusive. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, that was my big main issue with the movie. There were a couple other small gripes. Some of the gunshots and like the violence in the movie didn't quite. Sorry, my framing is terrible here. My arm's getting kind of tired. Some of the framing, or framing, what the fuck? Some of the violence in the movie didn't quite look right. I don't know what it was. If they just used a little too much CG with it, but yeah, some of the kills in the movie just sometimes didn't look great or very real. Um, but what did look real and what was really impressive for the most part, a couple of distractions here and there, but the de aging software that I believe they used for like De Niro and Joe Pesci really looked solid like throughout the movie. Like um, it like changes throughout the movie because the movie spans, God, probably 30 or 40 years, and you just see them gradually age as it goes on, and it's very seamless and really impressive. And they're getting really good at that software, which is um, equal parts exciting, but it also worries me that directors in the 2020s are going to rely on it too heavily to where it becomes like a cliche, or it starts to look corny, or they just start like rehashing like old ideas or stuff like that. You know what I mean? So some concerns, but overall, really, really cool technology and done really well, and has a lot of cool potential uses that could come of it. Um, Now, in terms of good things with the movie, there's plenty. There's the characters are all really good and really well acted. I thought Al Pacino as Jimmy Hoffa did an amazing job. I don't know that much about Hoffa. I mean, I'm a big fan of the that learning about that sort of culture and stuff like that. But it's like I don't know too much about him specifically, but really really played his part well. I'm not sure exactly how accurate it was, but it sold me. So yeah, really enjoyed Al Pacino. Really enjoyed De Niro. He's knocks it out of the park always. Um, Joe Pesci was good. He was very tame, tamer than uh, what Joe Pesci normally would be in this sort of movie, but really really solid performance from him. Nothing didn't ask of him anything spectacular. But I mean he's older now, so it's not like he's gonna be going around. Well, I guess they could with the de-aging software, but um, he's not gonna be going around and stabbing guys like he did in Goodfellas back in the '80s. But yeah, that was yeah. Joe Pesci was good. The smaller characters all did a really good job. Yeah, just a good solid movie. Some weird things. Some things that I almost seemed to like were rushed. Like it just didn't quite flow well. Like there's a scene. Skip ahead like 30 seconds here if you don't want to hear about this one scene. But it happens early in the movie, so it's not that big of a spoiler. But De Niro's going to blow up uh, a competitor's business, and they like show him getting ready to do it, and he gets right up to like the climax of when he's gonna blow up this building, and they just like they don't show it, and the way they like transition out of it is really weird and confusing. Um, there's a couple of those things in the movie that almost make me seem like they like lost or like they didn't have a scene that they wanted to film, or they didn't like it, so they cut it. It was weird. Um, but yeah, that just it's tiny gripe. But overall, I don't want you to come out of this thinking that I did not like the movie, because I really enjoyed the movie. It was solid. But my two biggest takeaways are it needed to be like 20 minutes shorter, and you should probably like take a break like from like in the middle of watching it. I know that's really weird to do for a movie, but like I would say at like the hour and a half mark, maybe even like the 2 hour mark, just like stop and just take a break, and then just finish the last hour. Because um, once you get to okay when here I would say when you get to the banquet scene that I'm talking about, and De Niro is accepting a reward. Forgive me, I forget his name's Frank Irish, right? Um, and when Frank De Niro is accepting his reward, just like take a break. If you're getting tired or you're getting like burnt out from the movie, just like take a break, come back to it in an hour or whatever. The next day, I would recommend like an hour, but because then I think you'll find that it flows a lot better that way, and that that banquet scene doesn't bog everything down and doesn't bog the experience down as much as it did for me and my dad. Because even he commented that, toward the end, it really started to get a little slow. And there's like 40 minutes of falling action at the end of the movie, like after the climax of the film and stuff. So really long movie. You can tell Scorsese had all the time in the world to do whatever he wanted to do. And overall, I thought it worked really well, and it was a solid movie, and I'm glad we watched it. Um, a couple flaws here and there, but overall, another great Scorsese film. So, yeah, I really enjoyed it. That's about it for this little mini review. I guess it really didn't turn out to be mini. I'm going on about 11 minutes here, but I ramble, and I didn't think of anything I was going to talk about beforehand. I just turned on the camera and said what came to my mind, which, hey, hopefully someone appreciates it. But all right, I don't think I'm going to end the vlog here. I think I might film a couple things here and there. If I do, I'll see you in the next. Yeah, my God, I will see you in the next clip. Got another bike session in. This time I went for 21 minutes. I think my intensity was a little bit lower, but it's okay. I think increasing it by 1 minute each day, I think, will get me into a pretty cool swing of things. I think I'll go all the way up to an hour maybe, and then see where we go from there. So I just got news that we are probably going to have Subway for dinner, which honestly is just the greatest news I could have heard today. I enjoy Subway. I used to enjoy it a lot more back when I ate meat, because I used to get the meatball sub, which was awesome. It was just the meatball with the cheese and the marinara. Oh, great sub. But then my favorite was I believe it was just called like the chicken breast sub or something like that. I don't know. I was young, so my dad would order it for me. But yeah, I think it was like chicken breast, and I would get it on flatbread, and it would be really tasty. And yeah, it was a solid sub. But now I get the veggie delight sandwich, which is good. I also get it with sweet onion sauce, which is actually surprisingly good. But yeah, so hopefully we'll have some Subway. I'll try and film my sandwich for fun. Hey, dog. Hi, handsome. Okay, fine. I won't call you handsome. Oh, big stretch. Well, there was no Subway, but we did end up getting some Taco Bell and some oatmeal raisin cookies, which were pretty good. Yeah, other than that, I finished the first season of Designated Survivor, which is a show that I'm really getting into. I'm really enjoying it. And, I have 2 more seasons left to go, but I think tomorrow I'm gonna film like a little review of the first season, my thoughts on it. Overall, I really like it. And yeah, I'll talk about it a little bit tomorrow. I don't wanna clutter this vlog too much, because I know I already have the what did I do today? What did I film today? I am totally blanking right now. What did I film? What movie did I... Oh, The Irishman. Yeah, that one. See, hey, the cogs in the brain, they spin. Sometimes they spin really slow, like they're like rusty, and they gotta like get all the cobwebs and stuff off of them. It's whatever. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Other than that, not much to really talk about. Worked on some music. That's about it. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a good one. Bye bye.